What's up, guys? Ty's here with another video. I just kind of got the feeling just go ahead and start this video. And the thing that came to mind is really just facing fear. Um, I believe facing fear can look like several different factors in life, whether it's stepping out of the boat as Peter did, or it's stepping through a doorway that God has opened for you and you just got to take it. Because at the other side of that doorway, God likely has unimaginable plans for you. And it's through those unimaginable plans that you get to understand exactly how God wants to direct your life and wants to use you for the kingdom of heaven. And one of the ways I experience that is through starting to evangelize. I've always been encouraged by a family member just to plant seeds um, and really get the gospel out there to others because it is needed in today's crisis, guys. All around the world, it's looking rough. People are losing their lives, and if they're losing their lives before they get a chance to know who Jesus is, or whether they had a chance to know who Jesus is, it's only for God to decide at the end of the day. But I just feel it's important that if you ever have the opportunity when you're out and about, when you're on your phone or whatever you're doing in life, if you have that opportunity to serve God, that you just take that opportunity wholeheartedly. And through taking that opportunity, you get to see what God has planned next, and it's ultimately, unless you find yourself wanting to be a part of that plan, God's not gonna lead you in the right path to understand what He has planned for you. And so I just believe that comes with having faith, and what we know about faith is that it's not about what you see, but it's about what you believe. But we do also know, on the other hand, that faith without works is dead. Because I believe personally, when God calls us as an individual, and when we get to see Jesus for the first time, we're going to understand what it truly means to have faith, and for faith to be fulfilled in God's honor. And one of the Bible stories that ties to having faith for me personally is I wouldn't say David and Goliath, but I just talk about that so much. I think Abraham. I was reading in chapter 11 or chapter 13, particular today, and it goes over the story of Abraham and Lot, his nephew. It goes early in the chapter that as Abraham was with Lot and they were coming upon a new town, or upon a new land, the men in their camps individually, Abraham and Lot, they had began to become weary of each other, and understand that they might be going down different paths, and if since they weren't walking down different paths, and they're with Abraham and Lot, it just caused more commotion between the leaders of the group. And so I think that's one way you can look at having faith is understanding that if God has called you to be put into a position, whether that be for yourself, for a friend, for a family, it's ultimately important that you make the right decision so that you're taking the right path. And so, for instance, Abraham told Lot that it's time that, since our camps are they aren't getting along, it's you should go left, I should go right, I should go right, you should go left, whichever you want to do. And ultimately, they split ways, and as Abraham went right, God not only favored him, but He also indicated that your descendants for the next 400 years would go through hardships, but they would be blessed through you choosing to go through your own path. And I think that's what it's all about is choosing to walk your own path so that your descendants in the kingdom of heaven will be blessed. And so, but a little bit more about the story with Abraham and Lot. This later in chapter 14 and 15 through 16, we get to see God's mercy that He had on Lot, as to why he had to go through the hardships he did. It's more so of the land that he chose to go into, and the land that he chose to go into was more defiled, and the rulers of that land were more disobedient towards the Lord, and God had planned to show His wrath against that land. And but ultimately, Lot had been taken captive, and as soon as Abraham, he heard that his nephew had been taken captive, um, though they split ways left and right, he instantly grabbed his most trained men, 318 of them, I think. Um, and as he grabbed 318 of them, he went after his nephew and went after his family, and he rescued him in God's grace, and it was through wisdom that Abraham was able to save his family member. And so I think that's an important testimony to whether which if you're going down a different route than your family member, as long as you trust God and as long as you have the understanding that whenever that family member needs you and you can be there for them, that's when it's the best opportunity to be there for them through Christ. Um, but ultimately, it just comes down to the love that you want to have for them. And so, yeah, that's kind of a little short video I just wanted to make. It's just whichever path you take in life, left or right, just make sure that you're focused on God, and God will be able to bless you in the most unimaginable way. And, thanks for tuning in. I hope this video has been a blessing. You have a blessed rest of your day.